Welcome to the box seat, previewing 9 races on a Wednesday program at Ascot. The rail is 16 metres with a cutaway, the track a good 4 and conditions ideal for racing. In the mid-20s, not a cloud in the sky out at Ascot. No reason not to join us on Wednesday. Race number 1 is a tab touch better your bet handicap. It is for the 3-year-olds. And we go all the way down to Albany to watch the impressive last start victory of Dark Assault.
A Reaper in front from Magic Opus, then followed Lace Vinsky. Dark Assault down the outside, has been wide all the way and it surged up with a good run. Morgs Freeman back towards the inside. It comes Natural and Long Knife Brother right down the outside. Dark Assault in front. There's a line of 8 at this stage, but Dark Assault still in front. Star Authoress coming through late on the inside of Dark Assault, and it comes Natural. Oh, it's close. Dark Assault.
3 wide, 4 wide, 5 off the fence at some stages. Dark Assault never got in at any stage of that race. And I thought it was the win of a horse who could come back to town and definitely be very hard to beat here. Has a wide gate, has 61 kilos to contend with, but this horse is definitely going through the grades nicely and always promised a lot in his early 2-year-old days. I think he runs into a couple of smart 3-year-olds here. I'm thinking that the returning filly, She's a Charmer, is the one they're going to have to beat here. I liked her recent trial. We'll see it later on when we preview Giancana. I think from the inside draw, Paddy Carberry can have her close handy, and with the cutaway rail in play, if it turns into a little sit sprint, I think she's got the best turn of foot in this race. I think she can win at her return to racing. Number 4, She's a Charmer. Number 3, First Law, who comes from the exact same last start race as her behind Toscana. A fair few months ago now at Ascot, but looks like being pretty good form for a race like this. Our replay horse, number 1, Dark Assault, and number 2, who also resumes here in Sun, a nice horse from Adam Durant's yard, but I'm thinking maybe 7 or 8 furlongs for him. My numbers in race number 1, 4, 3, 1 and 2. Race number 2 is the Amelia Park Lodge Plate for the 2-year-olds. We're going to the trials. We watch the victorious trial of Rommel's Command. It's also the trial of Northern Ruler. It's also the trial of Written Exceed.
Clear for Pateman. Northern Ruler's the next one. But taking over, Written Exceed leads out by a length under pressure. Mazakeen coming on out wide. Northern Ruler. Just underneath of it is Royal Gap, and also through in the centre, Rommel's Command. Still a length and a half in front is Written Exceed, but Northern Ruler finishing strongly out in the middle of the track, and right through the centre, Rommel's Command gaining a second win. Rommel's Command regains the advantage, and Rommel's Command wins.
Not a lot between those 3 horses in the trial there. I know that Rommel's Command and Northern Ruler got the better of Written Exceed late in the trial. But I thought, considering that Brad Ruella took him to the top turning for home, essentially eased him down untouched, I thought the trial was just as good as any of those from what we've just viewed there. And I'm actually going to tip Written Exceed here at his second debut run, if you will. He went around only a fortnight ago or so, and he was scratched behind the gates when he got loose. So he comes here and fingers crossed everything goes right for them. But they're drawing a much better gate in a much weaker race than what he would have gone to on debut had he not got loose. I think he can give this a shake, and we should be getting near enough to each way odds of the field in what is a wide open 2-year-old event. So for me, number 7 on debut, Written Exceed. Number 10, Wise Words, who was last seen in the Crystal Slipper and certainly wasn't disgraced. Recent trial victor, looks in for a nice prep. Number 8, Electric Rose. Number 9, and Silver Bug. Electric Rose a forgive from last Wednesday, and Silver Bug, who's probably contested 2 tougher races than what she sees here. My numbers in the 2-year-olds, race number 2, 7, 10, 8 and 9. Race number 3 is the Crown Perth Maiden over a mile. We're going to go back to Good Friday and watch the second placing effort of Powerful Force.
Got onto the wrong leg, wobbled off. Mastermore joined it, quickly headed off now by All My Money. True Moon shot through the gap on the inside, and Pikes around heels with Powerful Force. 150 to go, and All My Money shaken up in front. Leads the way from Powerful Force. On the inside, All My Money holding Powerful Force. Warcidium running to third, but favourite back is off to a good start.
Well, can Wednesday be the day for Powerful Force? For a lot of punters out there, I'm sure they've got very burnt fingers thinking about this horse, because he's gone around favourite at 6 of his 7 runs. 6 times he's been under $4, 6 times he's been beaten. It's a no from me. He can definitely win this race, no doubt, and he probably does have the best race form in the field. But I just wonder about horses that continually find ways to get beat, especially with William Pike being aboard. You know it's not going to be any flash price that you're missing out on. So I went to try and find something to beat Powerful Force, and I came up with Piccola Signora, a filly, a Piero filly of Neville Parnham's, who's been getting back and hitting the line well. She gets another 2 kilos of weight relief with Lactar Rumley going on, and for what looks like a pint-sized little filly, that probably is key to her winning chances. She gets back, there's a cutaway in play, and if they fan for home, she might well just cause the minor boil over. Number 9 for me in Piccola Signora. Number 3, Powerful Force. Clearly he's going to be the on-top selection for a number of punters in Western Australia, but I've lost patience with this horse. He goes around at unders for me. Number 6 in Renegade Ruler. Number 4, Mind Detector to round out the first 4. Renegade Ruler an improving type, and Mind Detector coming back in trip. My numbers in race number 3, 9, 3, 6 and 4. Race number 4, events at Ascot Handicap over the Flying 1000. We watched the all-the-way victory last start of Narachi.
4 deep after getting shunted on the home corner. They balanced at the 250. Nahachi snuck clear of Hariasa down the outside. Running on is Just a Pinch. They come to the 150. Still Nahachi the leader. Just a Pinch trying valiantly. It's Nahachi in front. Just a Pinch won't get to it. Nahachi wins it first up. Nahachi from Just...
Good strong effort first up in the Class 1 with 60 kilos. Form enhanced with that second filly Just a Pinch winning last Wednesday. Definitely hard to beat here, but I love the placement by Roy Rogers of his Filly Island Charm coming back into a midweeker. A near side blinker goes on, Brad Rawilla goes on, and while she's drawn a wide gate, if she settles back in the field and they all fan for home, Brad Rawilla should be able to pick a run through them, and if she doesn't have any traffic in front of her, she's got an electric turn of foot, this filly, and she actually holds the scalp of Gemma's son back earlier in the preparation. So I'm tipping her in midweek company. Island Charm on top, number 3. Number 2, Narachi, definitely the danger here and probably a 2-horse race on paper. Number 4, Sunny Silk resumes first up, no trial, and did run a couple of handy placings when last in work. And the top weight, Noble Reflection. I wonder whether this horse is about on his mark, but he's definitely a top 4, top 5 proposition. My numbers in race number 4, 3, 2, 4 and 1. Race number 5 is the Furphy Handicap at 1800 metres. We go to Bunbury and watch the second placing effort of Treat Yourself.
Tested, cutting back to the inside, Stella out now to Moore. Down the outside, Chief Archer, Juliet getting through near the middle. Lyle's Choice in front. Treat Yourself again is having another dip at it. Chief Archer's on the outside. Treat Yourself. Chief Archer, Juliet coming through. Treat Yourself, Juliet, Chief Archer. They'll split the line. Treat Yourself, Chief Archer diving. Chief Archer.
Beaten a nose there, first up at 1705 metres. Should only be improved second up. William Pike sticks, she draws the gate. Everything points to her being very hard to beat here. We go on the weekend and we see Chief Archer, the horse that narrowly defeated her, go out and run a really good race. First start at the 2100 behind a very progressive horse in Final Chill. So the form looks good, drawn the right gate, should be hard to beat. Number 3, Treat Yourself. Number 5, Reciting, a filly who comes out of the Oaks. She was beaten 5.5, 6 lengths in the Oaks, but that still only puts her 3.5, 4 lengths away from Temptation, who ran second to Western Empire in the Derby. Number 1, Gifted Warrior, second start for the new yard, chased hard behind Minnie Winnie first up. And number 8, Revus. Steph Vahala, this horse just cannot win a race for him, but he's very consistent and he's always around the mark. My numbers in race number 5, 3, 5, 1 and 8. Race number 6 is the Western Race Picks Handicap. It is a Class 1. We're going to watch another impressive performance of Rock This Country.
Country's handy to them at the top of the home straight, letting down very well. Wins a lot, reaches the lead from Main Engine, but here's Rock This Country. Rock This Country races up. Snip and Tuck is starting to weave its way out of traffic into the open, coming out after Rock This Country from Completed. Snip and Tuck dashes up. It hits the lead, Snip and Tuck, and Snip and Tuck got there from...
At the start of the preparation, Rock This Country was resuming off around 550 days away from the races. So for him to run second first up, to run second up, he's definitely knocking on the door here. He's drawn the inside gate and he probably is 3 back the fence. So he's going to be in traffic when they turn for home. But all of a sudden the cutaway rail appears. Gap should open up for Jade McNaught, who's fresh off a double after the Geraldton Cup meeting on Sunday. Robin Cotman will be rewarded for a lot of patient owners and a lot of patient connections, and I'm sure a lot of patience rehabilitating this horse from whatever the unknown issue was with Rock This Country. Fingers crossed for her, this horse goes very close and is a top 2 chance, no doubt. I went with number 3 on top though, in Trade 'em In. Second start, this preparation, lightly raced 3-year-old, looks progressive, looks like he can make into a Saturday type in time. And this is a nice even class 1 for him second up. So I'm going 3 Trade 'em In, from 7 Rock This Country, 6 in Black Lightning, 5 in Do Wah Diddy. Not a lot between them, but I thought the 3-year-old might just have the edge on them. My numbers in race number 6, 3, 6, 7 and 5. Race number 7 is the Mum Champagne Handicap over 1200 metres, a Class 1 assignment, where we're going to go back to the trial. So not the first up effort, but the trial victory of Giancana.
CJP with Macanto in the red colours as they straighten up, and Smart Princess is there as well, but in front is Giancana. It's Giancana leading by 2 1/4. Down the outside is Divine Quest. Also, Mercanto is starting to run home well. Still there, Smart Princess, but Giancana's doing it well. Over Smart Princess over the final stages, and Giancana beats Smart Princess. Have a look at She's a Charmer.
That was the trial of a filly who looked like she's going to win plenty of races in the preparation. Simon Miller elected to go to a Saturday first up. He elected to employ the services of William Pike as well. So she probably did go around a little bit on the artificial short side because of the Pike power. But a $5 chance from a Saturday 3-year-old race back into a Class 1. She looks very well placed by Simon Miller. The blinkers came off first up. They go straight back on second up. She's drawn a gate to sit in the box seat. There's a cutaway rail if need be. I think she should be too classy for these, and I loved her effort in the Placid Arc when last in work behind Shantalk and Charlton Eddy. I think she's one of the better bets on the program here. Number 3, Giancana. Number 1, Captain Burglar, who comes back to Class 1 grade for the first time in his life, actually. He went from a 3-year-old maiden into a 3-year-old Saturday, then a listed for Ether Stakes, and then a couple of graduation type races. Number 8, Paris Girl, who sits 3 back the fence, does her best work along the inside. And number 6, Michelle Marbell. No luck last start. Senior rider goes on. And what a senior rider it is. It's the wizard, Willie Pike. My numbers in race number 7, 3, 1, 8 and 6. Race number 8 is the Schweppes Handicap at 1200 metres, a Class 1 assignment. This is the second placing first up of Macanto.
Island Charm coming 5 wide. There's no run for Giancana. Spice Delight, though, headed past the 200, a length and a half clear. Down the outside, Island Charm coming off the fence. I see red, I see red. It's I see red, and Strathmore Rose Macanto charging, but I see red wins it. I see red.
It's a form reference that I'm putting a lot of credence in for the Wednesday meeting on the 21st of April. It's Macanto, it's Giancana, it's Island Charm, and the victory there was of I See Red. So hopefully by the time we get to race number 8, we've seen Giancana salute, we've seen Island Charm at least go close in the race that Nahatchi's likely to be hard to beat in. I think it's the best form reference for a Class 1. In fact, I'm very keen on Macanto's chances here. He's drawn to sit midfield. He gets the luxurious 2-kilo claim of Lactar Rumley, who's riding like a senior at the moment. And when you look at this race, there's a lot of thin horses in here that have been in Class 1s for a long time and have been unable to break through. So provided he doesn't find traffic, provided he doesn't do too much wrong, I think Macanto gives Team Gangemi a winner on Wednesday. Number 3, my best bet, Macanto. Number 1, Bo Zoom, who comes from a 66 plus back to a Class 1. I know this horse has Neville Parnham scratching his head because from time to time he just doesn't seem to try. He's well placed into this. Fingers crossed he does show up on Wednesday. Number 4, Prize Pursuit. I love this trial. And number 2, Ginger Knight, honest and consistent. My numbers in race number 8, 3, 1, 4 and 2. Race number 9, Flying Colours Restaurant Handicap. We're going to go to the Rose of York and we're going to watch the all-the-way victory of Worth a Risk.
Got the lead. On the outside is Stella Ran. Then came Temptation, Paddy's Forecast, struggling behind them inside the 250. Worth a Risk is in front. Stella Ran is on the outside and then came Temptation, but Worth a Risk is going to bolt in. It is 6 in front of Stella Ran and Temptation, and the garland of flowers goes to Worth a Risk, wins the Rose of York brilliantly.
That race is now 51 days ago for Worth a Risk. So when you look at it, you wonder, why has this mare not been seen for the last 7 weeks? But you go back through her form, she's a winner off 7 weeks previously, she's a winner off 6 weeks previously. So all of a sudden she's looking to win her 3rd race on that sort of spacing. I think Team Pierce have kept her fresh deliberately. I think she'll be in a lovely position from the inside draw. And with speed drawn wide in Lord Lonsdale, speed drawn wide in Carolina Reaper, and also wide in Chasing Chaos, They're going to get along at a really good clip here, and so she'll either be poking up underneath them or just taking a sit and waiting for the cutaway rail. Which is pretty hard to beat in the last, worth a risk, well placed. Number 2. From 1 Lord Lonsdale, straight into the Black Book first up. No luck, 3 deep the trip working. Number 6, Heart of Kerr, who's got that lovely inside draw. And number 5, Great Charade, who's a previous winner of the 7-day backup. My numbers in race number 9, 2, 1, 6 and 5. Best bets time on Wednesday the 21st of April. I'm going for a pair of 3-year-olds, both from the same form reference behind IC Red, IC Red. It's race 7, number 3, Giancana, and race 8, number 3, Macanto. Tickets for all your events bookings, all your restaurant bookings and your general admission at perthracing.com.au.